Hello and welcome to a new Warhammer Geheimnisnacht series. We are going to be playing as Countess Nicola of Zurden. We're going to be playing a vampire this time. She is a member of the Carstein vampire bloodline, which is of course headed by Grand Count Vlad of Sylvania, who at the start of the game is at war with Imperial Talabecland, and basically this is the main conflict in the centre of the world. But we're just going to be playing a small countess under him. And our goal in this series will be basically to take over Sylvania, take over all the vampires, and then probably try and get a lot of humans converted, maybe try and wipe out all the other vampire bloodlines, whatever catches our fancy. Just, you know, general vampire stuff. So vampires have a couple of different things going on with them. They don't actually have any children, and because of their fertility thing, they can never have children. And this is pretty important because this is how you... Like, if you die, your game would end. But you can create, basically, your own children by creating vampires. So, say we wanted Harlan to be a vampire here. We would turn him into a vampire. We would pay some prestige, which is basically the reason why you don't spam the turn people into vampires button. He would become our vampire, and then he would become our child. And he would have the Carstein vampire trait. This would give him an opinion bonus with us because of the trait. It would give him an opinion bonus with us based upon us being his mother, technically. And it would give us all sorts of cool stuff going on there. So the idea is basically you convert people who you think are going to be really useful, and then they become your children, and then basically you got good stats with your children, and you can keep going from there. Now I'm also playing with you get two options at the start of the game. You get the option to become either... Well, you either play with canon experience or you play with a non-canon experience. Non-canon experience allows some religion changing between races and also allows some marriages to be more open and allows, I think it's the Way of Life DLC seductions to be a little bit more open, which I thought would be cool to try out for this kind of thing because we're going to be playing a character for a very long time. Right. So what should we do? We should probably get married. It's a good thing to do anyway, even though you're not going to have any children, it's probably worth getting married just to improve some of your state scores. And we're just going to get married to somebody in our court because most people absolutely hate us. If you have a look here, this is a list of human men with like good traits and they all absolutely despise us. I mean, apart from this guy, he apparently quite likes us because we're both Carstein vampires. But apart from that, everyone else hates us. In fact, he might be a good choice. Yeah. Wait. He likes us because we're a Carstein vampire and hates us. Oh, it's because the Carstein vampire gives also a negative opinion bonus to everybody, unless you're a Carstein vampire, in which case he likes to. So, this guy looks reasonable, actually, to marry. I mean, Chase doesn't really bother us because we're not going to be having any children anyway. Temperate, doesn't really matter, but he's got high intrigue, he's got high martial. We could probably turn him into a pretty good vampire. Also, with the Holy Warrior thing, that means anyone who's not a vampire, he would have a bonus against, which could be good for fighting. So let's see if he'll marry us. He will not marry us because we're unlikely to have children. You're 51 and chaste, what do you care? Anyway, that's fine, we'll find someone in our court. We're looking for, let's clear out all of this. This is from some testing I was doing to see if there was anybody we could actually marry. Let's clear this out. Just sort it back and forward. And let's marry the person with the highest intrigue. We're going to marry GoTs here. And he is reasonably high martial as well, so we're going to get some good stuff happening there. I don't want to turn him into a vampire just yet, because we have very low prestige. I'm just going to marry him. And we're going to make it matrilineal. We lose some for marrying into a courtier, but that's fine. Let's marry him there. And then we probably want to find a child, which might actually be our husband. Oh, he said yes already. We need to choose a focus. Now, what would a good early focus be for us? Now, I am tempted to take a focus like theology or scholarship at some point, so we can boost up our learning, so that we can actually learn some magic. But I think we'll work on actually trying to survive first. So, let's see, what would we be wanting to get if we were to try and get something? We'd probably be wanting to get the land right here. We'd be wanting to get Wallenhof's land. His heir is the Grand Count as well, so killing him's not going to do very much. We're also not one of the siblings of, like, we're not one of the children of the Grand Count, which is a little bit, makes us a little bit out to the side, but Maybe we want to try and get our own children kind of moving up. Might want to try and take some land from Imperial to Beckland, actually. And then maybe try and get some kind of human people who we can raise up to be our children and then control land underneath us. So if we were to try and get, say, this land here, we would have to declare war on Graf Emmerich, who has 1,000 men. We have 500 men, so that's not so good. Do we have any reason to declare war on him? Do we get any special casus belli? He's not independent, so we'd have to declare war on the top one, obviously, but we can do holy wars. Okay, so that's good. So how many men do they have? 3,000, and we have 44,000 from Sylvania, who are currently about to attack Imperial to Beckland. So it might be worth attacking in just as this 44,000 gets in to see if we can get some extra land. We don't need to fabricate claims then if we have Holy War Casus Belli, unless we're fabricating it on our neighbour here. So we probably want to improve relations with our liege, who likes us because we're a Carstein vampire, but doesn't have much opinion of us otherwise. So let's get him improving relations. We also probably want to raise up our levy a little bit, just to make it a little bit better. Collect taxes probably is going to be best. Sometimes oversee construction I like here, but we'll go for collect taxes because we don't have enough money to do any construction. Scheme, spy network, or study technology. We're just going to scheme right at the start, just so nobody's plotting against us till we're kind of get a lay of the land. Might switch to building a spy network if we have any plots we want to fire, but apart from that, no real reason to. Everyone I think in our court is a vampire, or a follower of the vampire religion, so what's it called? Vampiric. So that's probably not worth trying to convert anyone. Improve religious relations. Who's head of our religious thing? Nobody in particular, so that's probably a bad idea unless we want to improve relations with our own priest. So let's send you to research cultural tech in our capital. Right, an ambition. Become Chancellor, become Marshal, become Steward, become Spy Master. We don't really have the stats for any of that just now. Amass wealth could be alright. Paragon of Virtue. Have a son. That's actually really easy to do, actually, because we just need to convert someone. Yeah, we'll have a son. And then pick a character focus. I think we might want to choose something like a war, maybe at the start. Just try and push ourselves. Like, war would increase our marshal, which would give us more troops. That could be a good idea. Maybe go for something like seduction. Try and, I don't know, get some opinion bonuses. But that means we need to have a plot we want to fire, which might be more difficult. Intrigue could be good if we wanted to get a faction going, but we don't really want to do that just now. I think war is reasonable. Also, it would be good. It's good to kind of switch around these way of life traits when you're playing as a vampire, because you stay alive for a very long time. So actually, if we could get, say, I forget which one you get from war. I think it's duelist you get from war as the trait, and then that would give us just a permanent modifier to our marshal. That could be a good idea. We'll go with that. That gives us 9 marshal. We have about 600 troops now. Still needs to reinforce, and we need to get a child. I think we're going to make our husband our first child. We're going to turn him into a vampire. It loses us 350 prestige, but we're already pretty low in prestige, and I think most of our vassals like us, or most of our court likes us anyway, because we're a Carstein vampire. Yep, a lot of them already do, and some of them are content. Yeah, they're generally all right with us. So, Matt, we will convert Gots into a vampire. This courtier has been turned into a loyal vampire minion now. Excellent. So he becomes a member of the von Krahenkopferturm family. We adopt him. He gains the trait Carstein Vampire, his culture changes, and he becomes vampiric. Oh, wow. He looks a lot better now. And now he is your son husband. Yes, that's a good way of describing him. And that should fulfill our ambition if we let time go. Let's see. Aha, we fulfilled the ambition to have a son. Let's take the ambition to have a daughter, and we can see if we can find somebody we like. I'm tempted to just let the world run for a little bit. Just because we want to wait and see how this war does. Because we want to declare war just as this war is Like, just as this kind of army kills the previous army. What's he declared for, actually? That's also worth checking out. The Sylvanian Imperial Cagliarian Subjugation War. So he's declared war to subjugate the entirety of this. Okay. Interesting. We'll see how he does. I haven't actually ever seen this army win, which is surprising given that they have so many more men. I guess they must take a lot of attrition or something. Maybe there's a lot more people. So she has 6,000 troops and he has 1,000. So yeah, there's a lot of troops in here. I think we're gonna Are we a commander? Oh, we've been put in charge of troops and Rigget. I'm not sure I like that at all, actually, being in charge of troops, but that's fine. We are going to declare war on these people now. Here we go. We'll declare war. Holy war for that land. Oh, we can't do it because we don't have enough piety. Oh, okay. Well, that explains it. We'll just kind of sit back. Anything we can do to get piety? Invite priests? Probably not. Present debutant? Not. Soldier? Not really the option. We can learn necromancy if we get enough learning. I don't know if we're going to get enough learning, but I might boost it up if we want to explore that part of the world. Yeah, there's not really a lot we can do right now in terms of joining in this war. Any factions we want to join? Probably not. They're not very good factions. Probably not any plots we want to do either. Because these plots don't actually exist. They're just a bug. It shows you plots that you can't do. We could try killing people, but there's not really a lot of benefit to us. We do have a lot of men available though. Yeah, I think we'll just kind of chill out a little bit and see how this army does. Maybe speed up the game. Do we have any rivals? Nope, no rivals. So we can't actually use a dual action against anyone just now. But that's fine. Maybe see if we get an event at some point. Right. Maybe we could also be looking for... Probably looking for a daughter here. So let's look for women who are not in prison, who are not married, who are not a ruler, who are probably my religion. They don't need to be my cult. Maybe my culture? Well, I mean, any culture. It doesn't seem to make much difference. And they have to be an adult. Well, do they have to be an adult? We'll make it any. We're really looking for people who are our religion but are very quite young. So, could we turn you into a vampire? No. So it has to be an adult. Right. Why do you not like us? Because... reasons. Okay. If I was to invite you to court, you would say no because you like your liege more. Oh, I could turn people into vampires. Alright, so is she in our court? Oh, she's in our court. Interesting. So we could have a daughter here. Who do we have in our court, actually? And do we want to just pay money for debutantes? Or do we have anyone suitable? Oh wow, she has a lot of learning. She could be a good mage if we had her as a daughter. Well, we'll have her. We'll have Anna. It's going to cost us more prestige, but this courtier has been turned into a loyal vampire minion. Perfect. And she is now our daughter. Perfect. Wait a couple of seconds. We fulfilled the ambition to have a daughter. Perfect. We can't really do very much with her, but we could take her as a necromancer apprentice if we had 14 learning. I guess that implies that we should already have necromancy as a skill, but we don't really, so that's fine. We might also want to try and get rid of some of these traits that aren't very good, but we'll see about it. So win a war could be something we could do because we're currently in this war, and that would give us a permanent +1 marshal. Anything else we want to be looking at? Probably not. Win a war. We'll see if that'll give us more marshal. Who is the current marshal of this place? What's it called? Of Sylvania. It'll be one of these people. Commander, Mayor, Steward, Chancellor, Spymaster, Priest, Marshal. So he's 21, so we're a little bit off, and that's our best trait. So we're unlikely to be on the council. So yeah, I think that was the best option. Looks like our vampires friends, oh, I was going to say are doing well, but they're actually being destroyed because he split up his army into stacks of 5. That's weird. That definitely explains why he loses this war every single time. Yeah, and he's losing the war again. This really isn't going very well. Luckily, they attacked into what I think is forest, which isn't great for them. No, it's not great for us either, because we still lost a lot of men. Okay. Well, hopefully our liege can eventually figure out how to win that, or at least stay in it long enough for us to get enough piety to join. There's an orc horde uprising that just appeared in the center of Sylvania. That's a little bit annoying. Won't really affect us too much though. We can kind of sit back and in our own territory. How many men do we have now? About 700. 700 is reasonable. We can probably move into that province if we actually got enough piety to do anything there. It's weird that there's not more options. Oh dear. As you draw closer, you see your enemy is Priest Leopold of Freiburg. Freiburg? Anyway, should we attack him? So, is dual skill multiplier something that exists in this? Personal combat skills. So we have a personal combat skill of 1, and he has no personal combat skill. In theory, we can destroy him. So let's try it. I shall defeat him. The battle is not won yet. Your enemy did his move, and you may assess the combat situation and choose a proper response. He did no damage. Let's attack him. Battle is not yet done. Looks like I did no damage, and well, he did no damage, and I did no damage. Let's try again. We won. Perfect. We killed him. All the troops in that battle got extra morale. That's over here, I think. Well, that's good. At least we didn't die. We're still the commander, right? It says we're commander, but we're not in charge of an army anymore, which is nice. I really don't want this campaign to end in the first episode. That would be a definite disappointment to me. Nothing else is really happening though. We've almost got enough piety to declare the war that we're looking for, but still a little bit off. There's not really a lot we can do to increase that. We could try and build a temple or something if we actually get enough money, but it's probably going to be too late by then. That's fine. Wait, could we declare to make them a tributary? There's the other option. We could if we wanted to. Now, this is interesting because we would have to declare at the absolute perfect moment for that war to happen. Basically, we'd have to declare at the moment that they'd already pretty much lost everything. But before Count Vlad took all the land. I don't know if we're going to get that perfect moment. I actually don't even know if Vlad's going to win this war, which is pretty disappointing. But that's fine. It might be better for us if he doesn't win the war and doesn't have lots and lots and lots of land. But that's fine. I want to see if we can maybe get elective going in the what's currently the laws of Sylvania is open. Most powerful son of the ruler succeeds. That's not the best actually. I'd prefer if it was something like elective would be nice. We could declare to make it seniority succession, which that doesn't work for us either. Oh, Count Vlad created a duchy. I'd prefer if he was winning the war, but you know, he has his own things he's doing. Just gonna siege that down. That would be smartest if he comes over here and defeats this army. There's a forest there, so he might, if he does it, he might run into some trouble. If there's a fight there, we might just raise up our troops and try and run in and help, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. He does just kind of like to sit there and siege, though. It's kind of like, I'm just going to sit here and siege, and you can come and fight me if you want to. Nice if we could see how these sieges were going, rather than just the loot bars, but yeah, it's the way the game's designed. Anything else that we need to be doing? Probably not. In fact, I think I might end the episode here. Thank you for watching. As this is the first episode in a series, I would like to ask you to like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to, comment, because it really helps the search rankings and helps the channel grow. If you didn't like it, please feel free to dislike and all of that. That still helps out in its small way. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.